y'all, before we get this video started, starting off with my warm-up, 135, working my way up to like 5 something. But I want to talk to y'all about something. Y'all gonna say it's common sense when you hear this, all right? Common sense will tell you, don't put the weight on the bar just to talk about the weight on the bar. A lot of people do that. And when you do that, you lose that precious energy that you need, that locked in focus. You right here, the bar's right there, and you need to go over there and grab it and lift it. You lose that. Once you put all them other variables in there, like, let me talk to you, but oh, you gonna lift that? Let me talk about lifting it, and then somebody else lifted it because I've seen this one guy that. When you do that, you lose the focus. Even if you can get it back, it's not gonna be the same. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? And lift. That's common sense. No, it ain't, because guess how many people, it ain't common. Most people go in there and they do that, and they never get what they said they were going to go in there and do. Smells, mess them up. Get them. All right, YouTube, we are 17 days out. 17 days out from what? A bodybuilding competition? No. Powerlifting competition? No. We're 17 days out from New Year's. And what am I treating New Year's like? A natural bodybuilding / powerlifting competition, right? A power building competition against myself, all right? Right now, I'm sitting at 175 pounds. Tonight, I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to lift 3 times my body weight. I've done that before, but I just want to at least match my best. And if I don't do it, I don't want to say if I don't do it, because that's like speaking that into existence, but I will give explanations of why it didn't happen. And I'm saying it before it even happened, because I know it's going to happen, right? Before it even happened, I'm saying that to explain that I am explaining, not complaining, when it happens, all right? And how it happens, and any mistakes that I might make. I'm just teaching, all right? That's how you teach, all right? So, how much is 3 times my body weight? I'm 175. 3 times my body weight is 525 pounds. But there's a twist to it. I'm not doing sumo, which some people say is cheating, and some people say it ain't. I'm kind of in the middle on that. I prefer conventional, so I can lift more conventional than I can sumo, simply for the fact that I don't really lift sumo. And yes, in the future, I want to start doing sumo just to have it under my belt, right? But right now, we're focused on conventional. But there's also a few more twists to it. That ain't the only twist. I'm not using any gloves. I'm not using any straps. I'm not even using chalk. Bare hands. Clean, bare hands. Right? There's more twist to it. I'm not even using a belt. Oh, you're gonna break your back and that's dangerous. No, it's not. If you know how to brace, breathe and brace, and lift. And if you don't, you need to learn how, because guess what? That belt is not gonna really save you. That belt is something to brace against. Yes, it might add a little bit of safety, but it's not safety. A lot of people make the mistake of they put on a belt and they lift with any kind of form and say, oh, it don't matter because I got a belt on. That belt ain't about to save you, dog. All right, so get that out your head. Stop trying to tell professionals what to do. People say I ain't no professional. And then they'll flip around. I had so many people tell me that I don't know what I'm doing. And they'll name somebody else. And they'll name somebody who's better than me. But they name some roid user or some world-class power lifter. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, you don't know how much of a flex you just gave me, dog. Thanks for comparing me to the world's best. I'm just some dude that go to the gym. I'm the king of the commercial gym. Name somebody at your gym that's pound for pound better than me. I'm not even tooting my own horn or dissing or nothing. I'm just saying I'm 175 pounds. I bench over 300. I squat. My squat sucks. My squat is mid 300. and my deadlift is crazy, right? For my weight, all right? Without a hitch, with a full lockout, with a just straight up, not an over exaggerated lockout where you're gonna hurt yourself. But I'm just saying I stand straight up with it, all right? So I don't have squat. I make sure when I bench, I got points of contact that I need. My head on the bench, upper back on the bench, butt on the bench, feet on the floor. Now, controversy when I bench though, I'm just throw this out here. I do bench with my heels up. A lot of people say you can't do that. World-class powerlifters do that, all right? A lot of them. There's federations that say you can't do that, and there's federations that say you can do that. A lot of you can't really generate any leg drive on your toes. I'm not on the toes. I'm on the balls of my feet, all right? Like, learn your stuff. I mean, I'm speaking on comments. People that's watching me right now, I know you ain't saying it, maybe not. I'm just clearing it up because I had comments like that before. So my goal tonight is to do 525 or better. I've lifted more than that before, and I weighed more than that, and I was eating more calories than that. Even when I lifted that at this body weight, I had cut down to my 160s and then got back up to 175 before I did it. So this is actually harder because I'm doing it in a caloric deficit. And I know a lot of people are going to say cutting doesn't really affect your deadlift. You're right and wrong at the same time because calories are energy. And when your calories are low, and I'm digging pretty much because I only got 17 days until New Year's. So I got to get shredded. I don't have to, but that's my goal, so I have to. I look at it like this. The reason why a lot of people are not successful with their goals is because they do not treat their goals like they have to. You're just good at doing things that other people tell you to do. You might be one of the best people at your job because you're good at taking orders. But when it's time to do something on your own for yourself, it's like you can't do it. Why? I know. I've realized that in myself plenty of times. I've helped people move from their houses plenty of times. I don't know how many dozens of people in my lifetime I've helped move from place to place, like carrying their stuff, putting it in the truck, doing it and doing that. But whenever it comes for me to do it myself, when it's time for me to move my own stuff, and I usually do it by myself, but I'm just saying, like, I don't like asking for help. I help, but I don't like asking for help. But at the same time, when I'm doing it for myself, I tend to procrastinate. I tend to not have that same energy. When I'm doing it for somebody else, I'm grabbing stuff, the biggest stuff. I'm making sure I'm doing more work than y'all. And it's y'all house. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what that is, really. But, I mean, like I said, you might be better at taking orders than you are coming up with a plan for yourself and giving yourself orders. But when it comes to this lifting, I do this all by myself. I don't got a workout partner. I don't need nobody to hold my hand. None of that. No disrespect to people to do that, because that's cool too. You know, you got lone wolves and you got pack wolves, all right? You got Batman and you got Power Rangers. Well, Batman got a team too, but it's like certain Batmans work by themselves, you know. You know how they did the multiverse thing? It's kind of like when Spider-Man did the multiverse. There's different types of, you know, the same character. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not really a pack animal, dog. Probably why I like tigers better than lions. Lions got a pride. Tigers solo dolo. That solo dolo to me is something about that. Yeah, you can look at the Z Fighters. Vegeta's on their team now. He's been on their team for decades. But he's still he always turning his back towards them in the pictures. Why? Because he's still him. He's still a solo dolo even on the team, right? I feel like for me to do my best when it comes to lifting weights, it's me against the bar. It's me against the world. It's me against everybody. If I'm in the gym by myself and it's crowded, I try to imagine that the crowd ain't there. And if the crowd bothering me, now it's time to show off on the crowd. Get off me. You know what I'm saying? Yell, slam the waist, Scare them away from, because that's distraction, and that distraction can lead to injury, all right? You don't come over and shake somebody's hand while they're bench pressing. that happened to me before. You don't come over and try to hold a conversation while somebody got the heaviest deadlift they ever had in their hands. They can't talk to you right now. That has happened to me before. You don't come up and somebody deadlifting and then you stand right next to them. I had that happen to me one time, right? Since we talked about deadlift. I was talking about my bench press the other day in my last video yesterday, right? A dude tried to shake my hand, another dude bumped into my bar. You wanted to hear that story? Watch my video from yesterday. But also, it was day 18 or whatever. I'm doing a countdown if you don't know what I'm doing by now. But I was deadlifting, right? I'm in my fives now. At my best, I'm in my mid fives, but I gotta eat for that. Oh yeah, I had to tell you that too about cutting and losing strength on a deadlift. But what I'm saying is, at the time I was probably like 365 at my best, but I had to use everything I had to lift that 365. Right? My technique wasn't as good as it is now, and my strength wasn't as good as it is now. And my confidence, my know-how, breathing, bracing, everything that goes into lifting the weight, it's more than just muscle and strength, all right? It's more than just muscle size and strength, all right? It's a lot of stuff, right? Focus, breathing, everything, the way you feel, the music you're listening to. But I didn't know where this dude came from. I was focused, doing my thing. I picked it up. Oh, it was a PR. Dude came and stood right next to me. His feet, okay, I got the weight in my hand, so the weight is right here. His feet is right under the weight. If I put it down and it land on his feet, it's going to crush his feet. I had a 10-pound plate, swole my foot up. I thought my foot was broken. 10 pounds. Just imagine 365. So I'm not about to stand up with this weight that I'm struggling even to pick it up. I'm not about to hurt myself for you because you standing right there. You came over here. So I put it down. He jumped out the way. And I cussed him out. Rightfully so, because you about to get me injured, bro. You don't horseplay when somebody got heavy weight. All right? So what do I mean by you do lose strength. You do, but you don't lose strength on a deadlift when you cut it, all right? You can. A lot of times when I'm cutting, I actually gain strength on my deadlift. But you got to remember, calories are energy. And it takes energy to lift this bar. And when you're in a caloric deficit, you're in an energy deficit. So now you're working off just willpower, you're working off some of that Creed type stuff. Like, you gotta lock in, and you working more off that than you are off your muscle size and your strength. Yes, your central nervous system and all that ties into it, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta have that dog in you. You feel me? All right, before we get to the end of the video and wrap things up, I want to tell y'all why I failed. All right, I failed for 2 reasons. All right, like I said, I'm using no equipment, so grip, and then fear. All right, so I'm not used to doing a 50-pound jump. When I went from that 475 to the 525, I should have went to 495, then 515, then 525, or something like that. That's what I usually would do. I thought I was He-Man, Superman, hyped up, amped up, and then, the fear locked the champ up. But it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I could have easily went to the car, got my belt, which would have been distracting myself. But, with equipment, belt, gloves, chalk, and everything, this would have been way too easy. And I like to challenge myself, so when I do start implementing those things, I'm not telling anybody else not to implement those things. Especially as a beginner, you shouldn't be go heavy anyway, so you probably really don't need much. But I'm just saying, like, another thing is, a lot of people probably noticed this by now. I like to work out by myself, so a lot of times I go after hours. I tell people a lot of times it's dangerous doing that because before you get out your car and get to the gym and back, you gotta fight the odds, all right? There'll be all kind of people out. Somebody trying to break in my car while I was in it the other day, right? I told that story about 3 times. I made a video of it. You can scroll through my channel a little bit, and it's like 35 seconds or something like that. And one thing that I've noticed about people in the gym, and I've been noticing this for a long time, they only bother people who are doing something that they cannot do. And I be telling people, like, you don't know whether you can do this or not. It's just you haven't really tried. Now, no, you shouldn't slap this same amount of weight on the bar and do it your first time doing it. Even if you can lift it, you're most likely going to lift it wrong and you're going to get injured, all right? You're going to get injured, all right? So, What I'm saying is, if you're not going for yours, stop stopping people. One thing that people like to do is it's like a dare to themselves. Let me see if I can stop that person. He's on a roll. Let me see if I can stop him. Stop, man. That's hating, man. That's hating. You're hating. That's jealousy, hating, envy. It's a weak emotion. You gotta overcome it. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we would think a woman would do, dudes be out here doing. You be like, men shouldn't be jealous. That's a female trait. No, it be dudes doing this, man. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right. You supposed to be in here lifting weights. Are you lifting weights? That's what you're in here doing in there. It's a gym. We're in a weightlifting area. Go do some cardio or something. You supposed to be lifting weights. You supposed to be. I'm too busy to talk to you while I'm doing this. You supposed to be too busy to talk to me. Why you think you're not getting no results? The results come from the work. The results don't come from being in the gym and the atmosphere just getting on you and socializing and talking about lifting. Well, I heard about this one guy and then this other guy and oh my gosh.